Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to learn the long sum from chapter 5, Admission of a Partner, which includes the balances of partners' current accounts as you can see here. The long sum that we have done earlier did not include partners' current accounts in the given question, which is a part of today's long sum. So let us quickly start. Before that, let me just explain you that in this chapter you will be having two types of sums. Of course, they are going to be long sums, but the only difference between these two sums will be that a few of the sums will be including only capital accounts, and there are other sums which include the balances of capital accounts as well as current accounts, you can see here. So this is for the first time that I am uploading a video which includes the concept of current accounts in the long sum. ठीक है, so minor सा change है compared to the sum that we have done earlier. Other than this, all the things remain constant. They remain same. You will be provided with the balance sheet of the old firm, and below you will be having all the adjustments as you can see, and of course you are going to prepare the ledger accounts which are to be prepared, which is a revaluation account, partners capital accounts, and cash and bank account, new balance sheet. Generally we prepare these accounts. Yes, now whenever in the given question, this is the question, you are provided with an old balance sheet. This is the question. If your question includes the balances for current accounts of the partners, then an additional account is to be prepared, which is partners current account. I'll show you. See, here it is, partners current account. Yes, तो इतना ही difference है. Let me explain the question first. See, there are two partners. Their old ratio is 5:3. This is their balance sheet. Current account के balances हैं. So what do I conclude? That I am supposed to prepare an additional ledger account, which is partners current accounts. First point to be understood here is that you are supposed to prepare an additional account. अगर ये बैलेंस यहाँ पे नहीं दिए गए होते आपको, अदरवाइज अगर एडजस्टमेंट कोई भी नहीं होता करंट अकाउंट से रिलेटेड, मोस्ट प्रोबेबली अगर करंट अकाउंट्स की ओपनिंग बैलेंसेस ही क्वेश्चन में नहीं दी गई है तो आपको वो अकाउंट नहीं बनाना रहता है. बट इफ देयर ओपनिंग बैलेंसेस आर गिवन, then it is compulsory that you prepare partners current accounts. All right. Then as I said, आपको हमेशा सारे adjustment पढ़ लेने हैं quickly, and at the end of the adjustments you are always instructed that what you are supposed to prepare. They have written prepare balance sheet after admission. Now if you remember, balance sheet, the new balance sheet can be prepared only after preparation of the previous accounts. That is revaluation, partners capital, current, cash and bank. Yes, बैलेंस शीट आप हमेशा लास्ट में बनाते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि आप पार्टनर्स कैपिटल अकाउंट का क्लोजिंग बैलेंस या जो भी आंसर्स हैं, कैश बैंक का क्लोजिंग बैलेंस, वो सब आप बैलेंस शीट में ट्रांसफ़र करते हैं. सो इन शॉर्ट यू आर गोइंग टू राइट ऑल द न्यू वैल्यूज ऑफ द आइटम्स. Yes, so even though they have asked us only balance sheet, still it is necessary that we prepare all the accounts so that you can transfer the answers, and then you can tally balance sheet. Yeah, okay. And as I said, that preparation of cash and bank account is considered optional here. They haven't prepared, but if you want to prepare, then it's well and good, and if you don't, then there is no issue, right? So let us read the adjustments first. You should read all the adjustments quickly, and you should put a tick mark over the items mentioned in the balance sheet which have adjustments attached to it. Okay. Now you can see here Vedang is the new partner which has been admitted in the firm. Vedang will bring his personal I'm reading the first adjustment, sorry. Vedang will bring his personal furniture of rupees 50,000 in the firm. You all know very well, whenever a new partner is admitted in the firm, that partner is supposed to bring the amount of capital as well as amount of goodwill. Yeah. So Vedang has brought an asset, that is furniture, as his capital. Yeah. Then second one, creditors include 40,000 payable to Vedang, which is to be transferred to his capital account. So creditors पे आप tick करेंगे and you will write down 2 over there. Vedang will share 1/5 in future profit. This is just an instruction कि Vedang को future में कितना share दिया जाएगा from profit. Next one, Vedang will bring 30,000 in cash as goodwill. As I said, the new partner is supposed to bring the amount of goodwill, that is premium for goodwill. So Vedang brought 30,000 in cash as goodwill. Fifth adjustment, fourth and fifth are related. Also I can say third, fourth and fifth are related. Fifth adjustment is goodwill of the firm valued at 2 lakh. This is the new value of goodwill. New partner is supposed to bring the value of goodwill, the amount of goodwill on the basis of the share in profit given to him. You will understand this while I start explaining all the adjustments. We are just reading so that we can put a tick mark for now. Now these adjustments are not required to be ticked in balance sheet, so we'll move ahead. Sixth, credit purchase of rupees 10,000 was not recorded in creditors account and purchase account, but it is included in closing stock. Credit purchase is always related with creditors. So you have to put a tick mark on creditors again and write down 6 over there. Please do this if you are solving sum along with me while watching this video. Then market value of stock of rupees 30,000 is rupees 24,000. Stock पे tick करके write down 7 over there. Then liability for workmen's compensation is rupees 24,000. Workmen's compensation is given on liability side of balance sheet. I'll show you. Here it is. So please put a tick mark over this and write down 8. Then outstanding interest on investment rupees 16,000 is unrecorded. This is our outstanding income. So इसकी इफ़ेक्ट हम उसी तरह से देंगे जैसे फाइनल अकाउंट्स में हम लिखते हैं. ऑफ कोर्स 11th के फाइनल अकाउंट्स में भी आउटस्टैंडिंग इनकम का एडजस्टमेंट तो आप सीखे ही होंगे, राइट? So we are not going to put a tick mark for this adjustment. Now we'll start with our sum. So I'll repeat what are the steps for solving a long sum. First of all, read the question very carefully. if you find the balances of partner's current account in it, then decide how many ledger accounts you are going to prepare. Yes, so prepare necessary ledger accounts, then read all the adjustments, put a tick mark on the items in old balance sheet. Then, yes, find out the sacrificing ratio, the most important point of this chapter or this sum, I can say. In chapter 5, which is admission of a partner, whenever you are solving a long sum, you will definitely need sacrificing ratio of partners. How do we obtain this? It is very simple. Old share minus new share. Yes. Now we have gone through all the adjustments. We did not find the new share mentioned anywhere in this sum. Yes, all we found is, all we got is the old ratio, which is 5:3, and the share of the new partner to be given in future. Nothing other than this. Yes. Okay. So, how do you find sacrificing ratio in this situation? Understand. What happens is, whenever old ratio is given, the new share of the partner is given. Sorry, not new share, the share of new partner, I mean. In this situation, the old ratio itself becomes sacrificing ratio. I repeat, whenever old ratio of old partners is given, 5:3 it is here, and the share of new partner is given, in this situation, old ratio itself becomes sacrificing ratio. Alright? Then, the next step is, whatever ledger accounts you have drawn, you have prepared, you are supposed to write down their opening balances. देखिए, partners capital account मैंने बनाया है, तो I have written the opening balance of Bhavya and Deep, which is 1 lakh and 1,30,000 respectively. Vedang is a new partner, उनका कोई capital अभी तक definitely नहीं होगा. Vedang will bring capital now, and it is clearly mentioned that Vedang brings furniture. वो adjustment हमने पढ़ा है. The first adjustment, yeah? Fine. Then we have prepared partners' current accounts. Yes? So again here I have written the opening balances of partners' current accounts. See, 80,000 and 60,000 respectively. Yes? The balances are given here. I have written this from the question. This is the balance of capital account that I wrote on credit side of partners' capital account. And this is the balance of current accounts that I wrote again on credit side of partners' current accounts. The balance of current accounts can also be given on asset side. Many a times in the question they are given on the asset side. So during that time, you are supposed to write the opening balance on debit side. In short, whichever side the opening balance of current accounts is presented, you will record it accordingly. If it is on debit side, then you are going to write on debit side, that this way, to balance brought forward. And if it is credit balance, you will be writing by balance brought forward. Okay, here it is credit balance. Fine. So now the next step. We have observed the question carefully. We have decided which accounts we are supposed to prepare. We have also obtained sacrificing ratio, and we have also recorded the opening balances of partners' capital accounts and partners' current accounts. Here, in the given illustration, they have not prepared cash and bank account, बट इन केस इफ यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग, आई होप आपको आता ही होगा प्रिपेयर करना, प्रीवियस सम में आपको सिखाया गया है. सो इफ यू आर विलिंग टू प्रिपेयर द सेम, तो आपको वहाँ पे बैंक बैलेंस, कैश एंड बैंक, हम एक ही अकाउंट बनाते हैं, वहाँ पे आपको 40,000 एज ओपनिंग बैलेंस रिकॉर्ड करना पड़ेगा ऑन डेबिट साइड, विच इज़ टू बैलेंस ब्रॉट फॉरवर्ड, ओपनिंग बैलेंस. ओके, so after you are done with this much, we'll start solving all the adjustments. In this sum they have not asked us to write down the journal entries, so the question might arise that if you are not writing journal entries, how you are going to post. But that's not the case. You just have to think the journal entry and you have to directly post. All right, so we'll start with the first adjustment. Vedang, the new partner, will bring his personal furniture of rupees 50,000 in the firm. Now, whenever the new partner brings cash as capital, what is the journal entry? Cash account debit to partner's capital account. Partner brings capital, so it is written to capital account. Now, instead of cash, the partner brought an asset. Yes, so in short, the partner is investing. Yes, so this becomes capital itself. So now cash will be replaced with furniture. What comes in the form? Furniture. So the journal entry will be furniture account debit 50,000. If you want to write down journal entry for the purpose of your understanding, you can write it down. If you are solving sum along with me, I'll dictate the journal entry. Furniture account debit 50,000 to Vedang's capital account. All right. So think, do we have furniture account? No. We have Vedang's capital account. Yes, partner's capital account. So this is the posting, you can see. This is Vedang's capital account. वहाँ पे हमने लिखा है buy furniture account 50,000 in his capital account. All right. Fine. We do not have furniture account. Yeah. So furniture account में posting करने का सवाल ही नहीं उठता. Now furniture is an asset. Where do we write assets? In balance sheet. This is the new balance sheet that they have asked us to prepare. Furniture 50,000. Yes? Fine. We are done with first adjustment. Second, creditors include rupees 40,000 payable to Vedang, which is to be transferred to his capital account. Now if you remember, in your balance sheet you have put a tick mark here. Creditors पे आपने लिखा है second adjustment, and I think we have sixth adjustment on this. Yes. So related adjustments are to be solved together. Yes, to obtain a perfect net value of that particular item. Creditors पे मैंने आपको टिक करवाया है second adjustment and sixth adjustment. All right. Second adjustment says out of creditors, that is 80,000. Out of 80,000, 40,000 is payable to Vedang. इसमें से 40,000 वेदांग को देने हैं. The firm will give, firm will pay, payable to Vedang. Yes, and is to be transferred to his capital account. Yes. So let us check his capital account. You'll see here, yeah, 40,000. All right. So journal entry for this, creditors account debit 40,000 to Vedang's capital account. Then posting by creditors account. In journal entry, creditors was debited, and in the process of posting, it has been credited. Yeah. So out of 80,000, 40,000 is payable to Vedang. So now how much creditors remain? 40,000 only. Yes. but we cannot write 40,000 in balance sheet. Why? Because we have sixth adjustment again with this. For now you have to remember that 40,000 is the new value of creditors. Yes, मतलब 80,000 में से 40,000 हो गए. Yes, so here see 80,000 minus 40,000. Then sixth adjustment. Credit purchase of rupees 10,000. Now you know very well that credit purchase is always related with creditors. If credit purchase increases, creditors increase. And they say that it was not recorded in creditors account and purchase account, but it is included in closing stock. So closing stock में वो already include हो गया है. So we are not supposed to make any changes in the closing stock. And also purchase account. It is a part of trading account. Yeah, so all we have to deal with is creditors. So creditors में कितना amount record नहीं हुआ है? 10,000. Definitely this is an increase in the amount of creditors. What was the last value that we decided for creditors? Was 40,000 plus 10,000. So what is the net amount? It is 50,000. All right, and just because there was an increase in the amount of creditors, this can be considered as an increase in the value of a liability. What is the journal entry for that? Revaluation account debit to creditors account 10,000. So इसका posting रहेगा इस तरफ, creditors account 10,000. या एक इफेक्ट हमने डाला यहाँ पे 10,000 बैलेंस शीट, एक इफेक्ट हमने डाला यहाँ पे. एज आई सेड ऑल द एडजस्टमेंट्स आर हैविंग टू इफेक्ट्स. ऑलराइट, फर्नीचर का भी जैसे था, तो फर्नीचर फर्स्ट इफेक्ट था यहाँ पे कैपिटल अकाउंट में, सेकेंड इफेक्ट वाज हियर बैलेंस शीट. देन क्रेडिटर्स, फर्स्ट इफेक्ट इज हियर in Vedang's capital account, second effect is in balance sheet, 80,000 minus 40,000. Alright, so as I said, all the adjustments are having two effects. Yes, fine. Then Vedang will share 1/5 in future profit. Now what does this mean? That Vedang will be given 1/5 share in future profit. Of course, Vedang is the new partner. So as you all know, the profit of the firm is distributed among the partners. Yes? Fine. Then Vedang will bring rupees 30,000 in cash as goodwill. Concept of goodwill we have understood very nicely. I think if you have studied my video about accounting treatment of goodwill, there is a separate video. अगर आपने वो स्टडी नहीं किया है अभी तक, तो प्लीज़ इट इज़ एडवाइजेबल दैट यू गो थ्रू. इट विल बी हेल्पफुल इन सॉल्विंग दिस एडजस्टमेंट्स ऑफ गुडविल. ठीक है, ओके. So as I said, the new partner brings the amount of capital and the amount of goodwill. But now the point here is कि goodwill उनको कितना लाना है, कितना amount लाना है. It is decided on the basis of the new value of goodwill and the share of profit to be given to the partner. Alright. You can write it down as a part of working notes. Yeah. It will be easy to understand. Fine. Please write down. These three adjustments are related. Write down Vedang's share in goodwill. What does this mean? कि वेदांग को कितना amount लाना है for premium for goodwill. See here, this is the new value of goodwill, which is 2 lakh. Please write down Vedang's share in goodwill equals to 2 lakh into 1/5. मतलब 2 lakh into 1/5 is 40,000 rupees. ठीक है. So Vedang was supposed to bring rupees 40,000 as his share of goodwill, but he brought only 30,000. So what about 10,000 which which he did not bring? Yes. So there is a separate accounting treatment for those 10,000 rupees. Yeah, as I said that every sum will include an adjustment for goodwill, और हर एक सम में आपको गुडविल के एडजस्टमेंट से रिलेटेड माइनर सा वेरिएशन दिया जाएगा. Yes, I have clearly mentioned this in the video regarding the explanation of accounting treatment of goodwill. हर एक सम में आपको गुडविल का एडजस्टमेंट दिया जाएगा, बट थोड़ा बहुत हर एक सम में कुछ ना कुछ नया होगा. ठीक है, एंड विच इज वेरी इजी. ऑलराइट, सो ओके. Vedang was supposed to bring 40,000 and he brought only 30,000. So अब 10,000 जो वो नहीं लाए उसका अकाउंटिंग ट्रीटमेंट क्या रहेगा? ठीक है, दैट इज द न्यू थिंग वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न इन दिस सम. बट फर्स्टली लेट अस डील विथ 30,000. You know very well, whenever the partner brings the amount of goodwill in cash, what is the journal entry that you write? Cash account debit to premium for goodwill account, 30,000 rupees. Yes? Fine then. So this is the journal entry. Let us post the same. We'll be posting it in cash or bank account, but we haven't prepared the same. So simply we are going to add this particular amount. We already have 40,000 and still 30,000 cash has been brought by the new partner. So what is the total bank balance now? It is 70,000. Alright, this is the first effect. Now journal entry was cash account debit to premium for goodwill account. We do not have premium for goodwill account prepared here. So there is only one effect. But second effect about this can be the second journal entry. I mean to say first journal entry में से posting हम एक ही account में कर सकते हैं, which is bank account. Now if you remember, the amount of goodwill, premium for goodwill brought by the new partner is to be shared by old partners in their sacrificing ratio. This is why it is always important that you find sacrificing ratio in the very beginning of your sum. Yes, and I have explained this same. Just because new share of the partners is not given, only old share is given, old ratio I mean, and the share of new partner is given. In such a case, old ratio itself becomes sacrificing ratio. So this 30,000 will be shared by old partners in the ratio of 5:3. What is the journal entry for this? It is premium for goodwill account debit 30,000 to were the partners Bhavya's current account and to Deep's current account. Okay? Whenever you are preparing current accounts, all the effects are to be given in current accounts except for the balance of capital and the adjustments related to capital account. Every other effect is to be given in partner's current account. Alright? So let us check the posting quickly. Yes, यहाँ पे हमने opening balance सबसे पहले लिख दिया था. Then the second journal entry 30,000. See, by premium for goodwill account 30,000 has been distributed in sacrificing ratio, which is 18,750 and 11,250. I repeat, whenever you are preparing current accounts, you are supposed to write all the effects in current accounts except for the balance of capital and any related adjustments. If you have here related to furniture and creditors, I mean it was related to Vedang's capital. If you are not having any adjustments related to capital account, you can also skip preparing capital account. You can directly write down the closing balance in balance sheet. Why? Because if you are not having any adjustments, then the opening balance and closing balance, definitely they are going to remain same. So in such a case, if you don't prepare capital accounts, then it is okay. But we had adjustments here and it is necessary to show those effects. That is the reason we have prepared capital account here. Alright. So as I said that we have done with, we are done with the fourth adjustment. I mean we are done with the value of rupees 30,000. Now we are supposed to understand what about those 10,000 which the new partner failed to bring. But before that I would like to say something. This sum is a long sum. So for today we are going to study this much only. I will continue this sum in my next video. Till then, please study the sum carefully, and in case if you have any doubts, please write down in the comment section given below. I will definitely complete this sum in the next video. Till then, stay home and stay safe.